Hello, one and all. We are here tonight. It was looking a little problematic there for a bit with a thunderstorm raging. We live here in North Florida where regular thunderstorms even can put the power out. And we had a few flickers, but we're here and it looks like Hearn is protecting us. So, yes, it is time for some Robin of Sherwood, long awaited. Um, Great British TV series. I didn't grow up with it because we didn't have it. We had something similar called Dukes of Hazzard. You know, they've been in trouble with the law since the day they were born. So, there's some parallels there. So anyway, tonight we're going to be talking ourselves some Robin of Sherwood. The first episode was a two-parter, and I thought I could get both parts in one night, and I'm like, you know me, folks. So we're going to be doing part one next week, part two. Then we'll probably do something else, Arthurian or Hoodian, and then we'll come back to Robin of Sherwood as we progress through our lives. Every few weeks or so. We're going to try that out, see what our chat likes, see if they like that, to alternate different things and then keep coming back. Because this is a great series and it's something that it really caught me. And it's a shame it's only 3 seasons. But anyway, let's appreciate this tonight for what we have, because at least we have it and it's not going anywhere. Get the DVD, folks. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to introduce this fine gentleman. I think he's been to Sherwood a few times himself, and I think we're going to play this intro for him because it may be the last time we do this, because we're going to have some other archery intros coming up to us that we'll be able to use in the future. If you weren't awake already, you are now, folks. Please welcome Sir Colin of Glastonbury.
Just good old boys, never doing no harm.
Yeah.
Or to actually put it the other way around, given how many different actors played lead roles, Daisy Duke and her merry men.
Oh, there you go. Hey, DJ Play Nice, great to see you. All right, I'm going to introduce my good lady wife, a Daisy Duke in and of herself. Hello, lady. How are you?
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Yeah, no, I'm ready to start the Hearn dumping. You know,
She's
there's a
upset
place
with
in
Hearn.
Texas called Hearn? I didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
If
But,
there's anyone watching from Hearn, Texas, say hello in the chat here.
hello.
No, we'll get.
No,
we'll
like
get,
hello. Say no more.
we'll
Say no more.
I suppose we're going to have to get to that eventually if we must.
Oh, yeah. Hello. That's another series.
Yes.
Oh, there is
Yeah.
a series called Hello.
Oh yes, it is a very much a comedy World War II take on. It's actually part or largely, I believe, inspired by a much better series, a much more serious series called Secret Army, from the mid to late 70s.
Oh.
Well, yeah, hello. One thing hello does right. Okay, yes, sorry. I did start this, didn't I?
Yeah, you got it. Here we go. I wish I had my video stabs. I'd be playing Get On With It right now, but I have to call those up because I've organized things differently.
Yeah.
Well, the
Are
chat
you
says
done?
it's a
I guess
good
you're done.
series.
So let me do
What-
that. Let
I'll-
me get my my media up here real quick. I'm
What
doing
allow
things a little
alone?
differently now. All
Yeah,
right, continue,
yeah.
but let's see here if this works.
What allow did? I put my
Yay!
screen shot. What allow did? The big joke for allow was the accent, and what it did, it riffed on the fact that the usual way, if you think about it, anytime you watch a World War II in particular movie or something, like the English speak English, the
Mm,
Americans speak English, the
mm,
Germans can't speak German because the audience doesn't speak German.
right.
So the Germans speak English, the French speak English, but the Germans speak English with a really obvious accent. Or so does the French.
Das
But
ist
of course,
nice.
yeah, but of course, Germans don't speak German with an accent to a German. So that's what Allow takes the mick out of, partly.
Uh, oh, okay. So basically, when they're speaking with each other, they're speaking
Yeah.
English with no accent.
Well, no.
Would that be
And as
English with no accent?
the idea is most of it they're actually supposed to be speaking French
Mm,
because it's all set in a cafe in France, in occupied France. So
hmm
as the exercise put in there, you've got one guy who's supposed to be a spy whose French is appalling. So his stuff was good morning when he's supposed to say good morning.
mm.
You really need to sort of see it in action to see what they're getting at, what they're doing.
All righty.
Yes, get over that!
Yeah.
Sorry, gotta do it. All right, so let's get on our Robin of Sherwood here. I know people are excited about this because now that we're doing this YouTube stuff, I think this is something that not many people have really approached yet and decided to talk about. So I'm glad to do it myself because the first time we've seen this was maybe a couple of months ago on your recommendation, Colin, and we don't regret it. We really enjoyed it. Now, Liza has her pet peeves,
Ugh.
and I guess I do too, but we did really enjoy it.
We did enjoy it. Unlike Crusade, which was frustrating and unenjoyable, this was frustrating but enjoyable. And the reason it was frustrating is because it was entertaining and did have potential to be something really, really great if they would have planned out the story properly from the beginning. But otherwise, we did have fun watching it, yes.
Well, it was meant to be episodic, and of course, there was some unexpected thing that happened at the end of season 2. And they did the best, I guess, they could to deal with it. But, man, a lot of people wish they had that back. So, Colin, as an aficionado, I guess let's just talk a little bit about, I guess, some of the people involved in this. Was this fair to say a lot of these actors, after the fact, of course, we've already on Earworm seen Robert Addie, who played Guy of Gisburn.
Yeah.
And we've seen Nicholas Grace actually there a little bit.
Both in Excalibur, right?
But was this kind of like, well, both were in Merlin and Addie was in Excalibur.
Yes.
But that was before this. So Robert Addie was already, a known commodity, I guess.
Yeah.
But a lot of the actors in this were fairly new, right?
Yeah. Clive Mantle at the back there is Big John, and Ray Winston on the right hand there is Will Scarlet. They became quite big. Ray Winston in particular had became quite well known careers afterwards. The others not so much so, although anybody that used to watch Die Nasty may well know Michael Praed there.
Yeah.
He left the series to go to.
Well, actually, I got to correct you. The documentary you sent me actually said that he went to Broadway first.
No, he went to Broadway, then he went on.
And that closed after like 9 days. That musical he went to.
And to give the man his due, on the commentaries on the DVDs, he takes the mickey out of himself. He's very self-effacing about it. As you said, it's someone along the lines of course, I suppose I obviously have really excellent taste, and that's him taking the mickey out of himself. that okay, I made the decision, and it was not a good decision. So
Yeah. Well, it takes a real man to admit that, but it's a shame he made that. I really appreciated his rendering of Robin of Loxley. And it would have been best overall to stay Robin of Loxley rather than Robert of Huntington. Not,
yeah.
I mean, it's still better than not having it. I bet that's the thing at the time. People were like, well, we'd rather at least have the series continue and stuff than not.
Well, they could have just recast Robin and continued the story rather than have this storyline. Go ahead.
So go. No, ladies first. Ladies first. I didn't want to interrupt your one.
He's excited. Colin's excited.
Colin, I found it so frustrating that then rather than just recast a different actor as Robin, they decided, okay, we're gonna kill off the real Robin Hood and replace him with a guy who later decides to take on his name, and even all of the people of Sherwood start calling him Robin Hood. And Robin is like when Robert is his name.
Yeah.
It's like
it is, but I think they handled it. I would say there were reasons for that. If you think, we see it in the very first episode when we get to it.
Mm-hmm. And we will. Don't worry, folks. We will.
Robin, when he comes back from it and he wakes him up, and this is no, not Robert, not Robin of Huntington, Robin in the Hood.
Yeah, Hearn even said that.
Yeah.
That basically the Robin Hood is a permanent thing, and different people will fill that role for humanity.
And in fact, where Robin Hood has an advantage that I don't think any other story that I can think of does have, with the possible exception of Doctor Who. It's got a built-in reason for changing lead characters, because there are two versions generally of Robin Hood. There is Robin of Loxley, the yeoman, freeman, peasant class, and peasant just means worker of the land. It basically means not a noble and not a cleric. Most people are peasants. And then the other version of Robert of Loxley, of Robin Hood, generally is Robert of Huntington, the nobleman, the impoverished nobleman. There are two versions of Robin Hood to fit the character. You look at, for example, a lot of the movie Robin Hoods speak with appallingly bad accents. Yes. Looking at you, Australian man.
That would have been a more acceptable. Hearn could have regenerated Robin so he could, I don't know, not be recognized by the authorities of the time. They could have regenerated him like a same guy, different
by
face.
By this time, and they could have recast it differently. By this time in '84, Tom Baker would have been done from Doctor Who. He would have been available.
As Robin Hood, no.
Yes.
No, you can't do that. No. He has the wrong everything for Robin Hood. No.
No, they wanted a young guy to be leaping about.
He plays a great monster in Star Wars, but not.
Well, yeah, you're talking about Star Wars Rebel. The what was he called?
He was. Oh my gosh.
The Bendu.
The Bendu. Yes, that was epic.
Yeah. So let me see here. I just had a few pictures at the front here. Family picnic. Yeah, there we go. So, Addie was a known actor. I guess probably Grace was too, a little bit. Nicholas Grace. What about Judi Trott?
I don't know. I can't remember ever having seen her in anything much else. I have a feeling, and I could be completely wrong about this, that she retired from acting shortly after Robin of Sherwood.
Oh,
I don't know. I have to go back and look over run through the chats and the rest of it.
oh, she was a ballet
Yeah,
dancer, I guess you would say. Yeah.
yeah.
Screen roles. Heaven's Gate, 1980. That wasn't about, no, that Heaven's Gate thing happened after that. Ragtime, 1981. Living Apart Together, 1982. Looks like she was cruising right up until Robin Hood. She was doing a lot of work, television work from 82 to 83. Yeah, she was busy. So she was already kind of known. But yeah, it looks like that's when she, well, I didn't ask that. She was 20 years old.
Yeah, I know. About probably about right for the character role as well, actually.
Right. Well, she did a great job with her face acting, I believe.
Yeah,
She didn't have to say a lot. You could tell so much from her face. And it wasn't just looking pretty. She did a good job. But then a ballet dancer knows how to utilize their body to communicate.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, Reunion at Fairborough, 1985. Truckers, 1987. Circles in a Forest, 1989. So no, some things went on. I guess maybe just wasn't as big. The Paradise Club and Painted Lady. Oh, wait a minute. 1997. Yeah. Painted Lady. That reminds me of Avatar, The Last Airbender, the Painted Lady. Okay, so let's move
That's
on.
definitely I'm glad you brought that up because I know that we have a fantasy earworms.
This is it. Welcome to it.
This is okay. Because I wasn't sure if the Tolkien was considered the fantasy earworms or if this was
Well, that is
particularly
fantasy,
the
but
Arthurian.
that's going to stick to being Tolkien.
Right.
We started Arthurian, but we're going to branch out. We could call ourselves kind of like British-inspired fantasy, maybe a little bit of other stuff here and there. I mean, who knows? It'll branch out. We'll be
At
fantasy.
some point, we need to branch out into Avatar,
The
Last Airbender. And I'm not talking about the movie.
No.
You mean I'm gonna have to
mean,
look that up today?
well, it's an animated series, and at first we were like, "Ooh, this," but it gets really good.
It gets
really
really
is
good. Oh my gosh. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Not
Maybe we'll
into
mix them back
anime
and
stuff, but oh my gosh, yes.
So what
it
is
it's good.
what is this, Colin? Is this Heterotainment Network or Heterotainment Video?
Harlech TV. We,
Oh, okay.
independent television. We had I think it was Harlech TV. I could be wrong.
Harlot?
We had Harlech, as in Wales. I think I could be wrong.
Oh, like a
Someone
Dalek
please
with an
correct me.
H.
Like if you ever watch the film Zulu, the song that they sing, Men of Harlech. Highland Television. Thank you, Gavin.
Okay, good.
No, I thought it was Harlech, but thanks, Gavin. Yeah, but
Thanks.
yeah, we used to have. I don't know. We had the BBC, which was the one station, one channel, the BBC that everybody knows, and that. And then your independent, you had your independent.
Okay.
Like ITV, but independent. ITV was a number of local-ish channels.
Okay.
So Highland Television was one. You would have got Highland Television.
I guess in Scotland.
In Scotland, yeah. You got London Weekend Television, for example. You got in the southeast.
Okay, we don't need to do all of them, I guess, Colin.
But no, that's what I'm saying is so that's what HTV was.
Yeah, I want to make sure we don't do an allo thing. All right. So beautiful scenery here. That's one thing I love about. Now, I'm sorry, folks, if some of this looks a little blurry, but I mean, I even looked online. We do have, there are DVDs for this series. It's available. And in fact, I'm going to pop a link in the chat shortly here. But I was not able to find anything HD. Now, you said, Colin, you found 1080p on the high seas.
I
But then you
think it was
showed
on
me
the
an image, and it looked like a square thing in the middle of an HD background.
Well, I think the reason for that is that because it was this was back in the 80s, it was what the old PAL ratio was. Is it 4 to 3? I think it's 4 to 3.
Yeah.
So when 4 to 3 gets expanded out, if it's going to something that's going to be that's going to be 16 by 9 or whatever, then what you tend to get is you get the bars down the side because the image isn't wide enough for the height. So that's probably why you get
right. Well, it was never reformatted HD, which I don't know. I mean that's some scary stuff there. I wouldn't know how to do that well, but there's some whiz bangs out there that do it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But anyway, it's still beautiful, you know. I mean, I grew up with regular television, so I can watch it. And we begin with now, who is this?
It's supposed to be that is a young Robin.
Okay.
Do you have the
now when when we see him later with his father briefly when the village is being attacked? It's like it didn't look like the same person, so I was a little lost.
Okay, maybe it's not. I thought it was. Yeah, I wasn't. But
I think our chat will know.
Do you have a screen grab when it's actually got the date on it? Did you grab that?
Well, the date that's coming up, yes.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Edward II is still king. Henry II is still king at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Richard the Lionheart doesn't become king for another 9 years. So this starts off at the end of the reign of Henry II.
Okay.
I just noted because we always tend to think of the Robin Hood bit set in Richard the Lionheart, King John, but since this is 15 years before the main story, it makes sense. But I actually had to look that up myself because I couldn't remember the exact dates.
Well, they do have a John coming up. Isn't it Richard's brother?
Yep.
Yep. So he is coming up. There is going to be a John and a not so nice one. So that's almost like the other King John.
No, that is him. That's him.
Oh, that is him. I thought he was a little earlier than this.
No, you've got what you've actually got very, very quickly. You've got Henry II. Then you've got never mind Henry II. If you've ever seen Lion in Winter, that's Henry II.
Okay.
In fact, that's probably done roughly about these times. Henry II dies in 1189. Richard I comes to the throne. Richard only rules for 10 years. He dies in 1199, and that's when John comes to the throne.
Okay.
And John, 16 years, 17 years, 16, 17 years. He rules till 1217, I think.
Yeah. So that would be the Magna Carta John. I thought the Magna Carta was about 100 years earlier, but I remember a lot of things wrong. So this is the village of Loxley. Sorry, there was a little bit of an internet delay there, so go ahead. Go ahead, Colin. I'm sorry. You'll need to repeat yourself.
No,
there was some internet delay, and I heard you break up, too.
It might have been 2015 was a really interesting year for British historians. 200 years since
2015.
the Battle of Trafalgar. Yeah, 200 years since the Battle of Trafalgar, 1815.
Oh.
600 years since the Battle of Agincourt, and 800 years since the signing of the Magna Carta.
Okay.
So the Magna Carta is
Was
called
12:15.
quarter past midnight. Yeah, the Magna Carta was
Okay.
signed at quarter past midnight, i.e. 12:15 or quarter past midday.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, I remembered it wrong. So,
There has only ever been one king called John in England.
Yeah, I know, because they didn't want to repeat it
Yeah,
afterwards.
sorry, yeah. Exactly.
And then, so there we are. I guess that is him. It just it's a different angle, and he looks younger here than in that first shot. So basically, Robin is seeing that men are coming, and he shows his father, look outside, and they're burning the village down. So this is the village of Loxley, and later the village that the sheriff and Gisburn like to beat up on is Wickham, right?
Yeah.
But it was basically at this point, we hear references as Robin appears again as an older, now young adult. He, everyone says, well, Loxley is no more. I guess, in this telling, it seems like they're villagers. Are they like this was owned by his father? Because there's different tellings, and of course the one I know best, isn't the greatest. It's the Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, with the good old Kevin there.
Very, very simple, basic version of feudalism. The king owns everything.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
The king owns everything, end of. Everything else is held in fief, which is where the word fealty comes from the king, all the way down to these lands that aren't. But you've got free serfs and unfree serfs, who are the lowest levels, and a free serf can move, an unfree serf can't move from their land. So this land actually will belong to a local lord or the church.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd explained exactly what it is. I think they're talking about some sort of rebellion or something at the end of it. But I'm also intrigued as to how long Sheriff of Nottingham was still there 15 years later. But
so I guess Robin's father here would have been, I mean, with his dress and everything, meaning what the clothes he wears and everything, he seems to be maybe like a almost nobleman in a way. Maybe not.
He's don't get me started on the dress. I've actually got a picture telling you exactly why that particular image really irritates me.
Oh yeah, because it's got the studs and everything.
It's not just the studs.
The stud.
It's the lot. It's the studded leather. It's what he's doing with his bow.
It's hard to tell. Yeah. It's like he's got a bow, and what's he doing with it?
Well, he has it slung over his shoulder.
Oh, well, yeah, you don't want to do that with Colin.
Slung over his shoulder, I wouldn't mind. I'm going to find I haven't got everything up, probably. Right, hold on a second.
Are you sharing something, Colin?
That bow is strung, right? So the bow, I'm about to try to, yes. So the bowstring goes down over his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Is that bad for the bow?
I'm just if I can actually bring this work out.
All right, we'll let you do that. In the meantime, I can progress a little bit here.
Yeah,
we do have. X Flavius X is here. Good to have you, Flav. I think since Colin is growling at his computer, we can. My intros is under another. Hold on here. I got to go back to the intros. It worked. Good old.
Wait, where's the?
You don't want to laugh around, Flav.
What about you? Do you find it visible? When I say the name, Dickus.
Ay, ay, Flav.
You don't want to laugh around him. He'll test you.
Yes.
What am I doing? Oh, my slides went down. There we go. We're back. So this would have been Papa Loxley.
I found the picture.
Okay. And let's see. That's not that one. It's this one. StreamYard. Do you have two things at the same time? No. Hold on.
Actually, I might do. Hold on. Yes, sorry. That.
No, it's not your fault. StreamYard's giving me a message rather than letting me put it up. There we go.
What? Now, that is my bow properly correct. That is me correctly checking the stringing of my bow.
Uh-huh.
All right. You will notice.
It looks like it's okay.
Exactly. Believe me, I've got about a 10-minute talk about exactly that.
Okay. But we'll do that on another evening.
My point is, that is how you check that your bow is correctly strung.
Right.
Too much and it's too tightly strung. That's where we get the phrase one. Right. So you look at that. That is how your bow should be at rest when it's ready for use. That guy has got that bow over his back and his shoulder.
Right.
So
it'll stretch.
Yeah, he's got it stretched about 3 times too much, because it should be the length of the base of your thumb to your thumb, not your spine to your belly plus any armor you're wearing. So no, that is
all right. So yeah, I guess the best thing is just carry your bow. Don't put it on you.
You wouldn't, depend on what you use.
I guess all these Hollywood archers then are to blame for that. Even Legolas, I think he had one strapped over him.
If you've got a recurve bow, if you've got one of those bows that's got a big arch, right? In other words, if you've got a bow which, when it is unstrung, is still a curve, it's not a problem, because the curve will go much around your body. But when a longbow is unstrung, it is straight. A longbow is not meant to be curved like that, right?
Yeah,
you're putting way extra strain on that thing.
Right.
You're
taking away its springiness over time.
Just carry it. Just carry it.
Yeah.
All right. So let that be some advice for you. Never know what you're going to learn here in Earworms. So we'll be going back to bows one of these days, pretty shortly.
Diddly bows.
Now look at this. It looks like there's a miller over here, and who lives outside of the village, and that's where Robin's dad brings Robin. Now is this like, at this time, would they have had what do you call those? Locks. Not locks, right? Aren't they called that? The the like transportation system where you raise the level of the water.
I honestly don't know, but as far as they may well have done.
Because this, to me, reminds me of something I saw in a Keeping Up Appearances episode, where Richard Bouquet was going to throw his wife over the edge of a boat because she was being ornery with what do you call that? A lock keeper there. And it looked like this. This looks like, is this is this supposed to be a natural waterfall? It looks to me more like
it's a weir.
A weir. Yeah, that's what she called it.
You could tell it's not a natural, but they had to film somewhere, people.
Well, but I'm thinking maybe they did it on purpose, that you had this back then, maybe.
It's a modern-looking structure.
And what are those called? I hate trying to just call them locks. What do they call that? I forget that.
I'm going to call that a weir, I think.
No. I mean the whole system. Canals, right?
Canals. No, I think that's just a stream. Well, that's a river.
Oh.
But you say you don't know if they had weirs at the time. I've got it noted down for later on, because they mentioned something in the previous. But one of the sections of the Magna Carta relates to things called fish weirs, which are to do with fishing rights and the like. So, yeah.
Yes. River and coastal weirs were very common in England during the late 12th century and 13th centuries.
Oh, okay.
Which is exactly where we are
I
now.
was like, it's pretty front and center there. They can't just, they're not going to put a backhoe there or something, Yeah. How weirs were used in medieval England. They were used for fish traps. That was the primary use. Then watermill power. That might be the case here because we saw the mill.
Yeah, okay.
And those are the two listed here. Yeah. Not so much canal transportation, but that comes later.
I genuinely don't know when we started. I mean, there is nothing. I mean, there is nothing that requires any particularly modern.
Look at our chat knows.
It requires human to work. Yeah.
Look at our chat knows. Flav's there, man.
Thanks, Flav. Yeah,
Our
excellent.
chat knows this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So the miller takes Robin and becomes his surrogate father because his father, Papa Loxley, is going to go off, and I don't know. I guess this is something the story fills in more later. Because he goes off and he finds one of the local henges.
Yeah.
I thought the father went off to the Crusades.
That was said.
I know that more than one nobleman in this show goes off to the Crusades, but I think that's what happened.
Well, no.
with
Here
Robin.
if he goes off to the Crusades, it says
The
a
third
body.
crusade hasn't happened yet. I can't remember off the top of my head the dates for the second crusade.
Well, no. I remember in this episode, someone mentioned that. Oh no! That was Lady Marion's father was off at the Crusades.
If it's in the 15 years later,
Yeah.
then the third crusade has happened. The third, when we get to the main timeline for the story, 15 years after this, the third crusade happened. Richard has been kidnapped by whoever it was of Austria and had his ransom paid.
Oh, okay.
But so this is either side of the third crusade. As I said, I can't off the top of my head remember when the second crusade was.
So no, that's not the thing here. That we're confusing it because that was no. I remember in Prince of Thieves, the father was home on the land, and
Prince of
sheriff
Thieves.
just did him in because he wanted the land.
It's also
And here, no, I guess it's Robin's dad.
The guy that's in Gladiator did a reporting bad Robin Hood one.
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
What's the call? Yeah.
Yeah. But here, I guess, if we just want to at least put the rest, what happened to, I mean, unfortunately, Robin's dad is going to get ended here by Nottingham and his goons. And there we go. There's Nicholas Grace, and he always has a number of bowmen around with him. And so Robin's dad gets killed here. No chance to go off to the Crusades. But it looks like there was something about this, because at the end of this scene, sorry for the gruesome stuff there, folks, but at the end, the sheriff recovers this missile, this model rocket.
Yeah, there is no way that's an arrow. It's too short and stubby to be an arrow.
But I remember, because I'm rewatching things as I'm doing this, and it's good that I am, because I remember seeing this also later, and it was something that Hearn was carrying.
Yeah.
I think there's some special significance to this arrow. Of course, Flav will let us know.
But they never. I was wondering, because I'm watching this again earlier on tonight, thinking, okay, but what's the? Yeah, exactly, Fab. That's a fancy ass bolt. But what's the significance of this arrow? We don't.
And he picked it up off of Robin's dad, right? He's basically...
I don't think so. I think he found it in that Stonehenge thing.
Oh.
No, Robin's dad had it on it, had it hanging at his waist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
He does pick it up off Robin's dad because he wants that. Presumably because the it's a symbol of power, etc., etc. So,
Is it the Arrow of Herne or something like that? I think we're going to find out as we rewatch, but I think Flav may help us out here in the chat.
It looks more like someone's trying to do Thunderbird 3 to me, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, but that's what he recovers there. And I know I see it later, and I think it was Hearn handing it over. So, and then there's some release of power here after that.
Not least of which because it's got 4 flights. And a crossbow bolt has 2 flights and an arrow has 3.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the shaft is just too broad all around to be...
Yeah.
But in any case, but yeah, I like that about this. It does incorporate magic and everything, and it's not just a...
It's not a regular retelling of the Robin Hood story. There's... it wants to be... It wants to be Arthurian. It wants to be Lord of the Rings. It wants
the swords, the 7 swords of Wayland.
Yep.
It does want to connect up to...
I looked that one up and I was wrong. Excalibur was not one of those 7 swords. The 7 swords were all named after demons.
Oh.
And I was wrong. I thought they said in this that because I looked up because I wasn't sure whether or not the 7 Swords of Wayland was just from Robin of Sherwood, and it's not. It is the figure of Wayland, the 7 Swords. It's a whole mythic thing in itself. But in this, the swords in this are all named after supposedly demons.
That's not good, but it does track with some of the territory that the show explores. In this, you're going to see like pitted on either side, kind of like the light forces, or shall we say more natural forces in Herne, and pitted against Belen. I like to call him Bell End.
I thought for a second that you said Belen.
Yeah, that's I heard Belen too.
With a B, isn't it Belen?
Belen, yeah, Belen. Sorry, Belen.
Bell End, yes, yeah. That's what we'll call him.
Look, we can't eat. Anyways, I'll save that comment for later. But
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Let's move onward because.
Yeah, I was going to play my first clip there, but that's not the first one. It's misnumbered. Let me see if I can find it. Because I have a number of little video clips, because there are things that, after our first watching that were memorable moments. And of course, right here in the opening theme, there's something quite memorable. Clannad likes the echo stuff.
Yeah.
The da. It's cute. It's fun.
These fingers look weird there.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not. I mean, they look. It's probably just the angle that the camera's at, but they look weird. They look very elongated. But that's definitely just the first joint. Maybe
he has long fingers for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael Praed as Robin, and then
I like the font they used. Yeah.
I know, it's like hard to read. I'm like, is this Cyrillic alphabet? What's going on here?
Hey.
It's runic, yes.
It kind of looks like black letter for like the type of text they use when you use a quill with a fat nib, which is what they use for illuminated text.
And this is Simon de Bellem. Yeah.
not quite italic.
It's a pretty font. I like it.
And Dick
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Oh, okay. Nicholas
Interesting.
Grace, yes.
As
Nicholas
the
with a
Sheriff
K,
of
not an H.
Nottingham.
That's all you get in the opening credits. It's always, it's like 3, except until Babylon 5. Then they have a whole chain of people.
I want to make a longbow. Colin, tell me, how difficult is it to make a longbow? To craft one?
I'll have to refer you to one of the bowyers I know. I know how to make an arrow, I don't know how to make a bow.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
Well,
So it's complicated. It's a complicated thing.
I mean, I think it's a question of knowing, of experience and knowledge rather than being complicated per se. But a bowyer makes a bow.
Sorry about that, folks. I'm moving the videos around to get them in the proper order.
We'll
And
do
I
that
accidentally
later.
played
Let
them.
me hear what Colin
Oh,
has to
Jesus.
say.
All right.
No, I said a bowyer is someone who makes a bow, and a fletcher, such as, for example, Norman Stanley, if anybody remembers the TV show Porridge, a fletcher is someone who makes arrows, fletchings.
Mm-hmm.
So they were specialists.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
were the longbows of this time made out of one piece of wood, or were they compound?
They could have been. A compound bow is a different thing.
What do you mean
of me? Your life.
about that? Sorry, I have to organize, Liza. But composite bow.
A composite bow is a more modern term. What you're actually
Yeah.
referring to is called a laminated bow.
Oh,
Okay.
A laminated
yeah.
bow, which is like my bow. I've got 2 bows. I've got a self bow, which is 1 bit of wood, which is what he's got there, and I've got a laminated bow, which is the one that was made for me by a bowyer, which is 3 pieces of wood glued together and then laminated.
Okay.
The advantage being with 3 pieces of wood, it gives you a particularly springy bit for the belly, I think, for the inside, which likes to swing back, and then it gives you the outside or the front wants to pull straight.
okay. Yeah, it basically gives you more power
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
and
Hey,
distance.
welcome, Mr.
Probably.
Phobos.
Hey, Ista. Congratulations on the channel.
Yes, sir. So, Colin, so were there composite bows in the Middle Ages?
They were
that a-
laminated bows.
Well, there were in
Laminated.
ancient Egypt, they called them composite bows, the ones that the Kermans had when they were fighting with the ancient Egyptians before the Middle Kingdom.
Yeah, but the unfortunate problem is that the word compound, the phrase compound bows, can I think mean 2 different things. A modern compound bow, things like, sort of the ones with the wheels and all the bells.
Yeah.
Right, the modern ones. Yeah, okay.
Whereas an old compound bow was what I would refer to as a laminated bow, which is to say what my bow you make.
Right, I guess
It's
that's the term I was groping for.
Yeah,
No,
the
no.
ones, the ones.
It's compound, as in it's compounded. It's made of 3 different woods rather than 1 wood.
I remember that in that documentary they were talking about the composite bow, meaning that it was a combination of wood, bone, and sinew.
Yeah,
And
I
so
mean,
they
yes,
were using.
you're talking horse bows and the like, rather than longbow.
Were the strings leather or silk or
A lot of them were flax. There is if anybody watches the YouTube of Lindy Beige, he's a really good YouTuber. He doesn't do much, but he's got one video where he will actually make flax longbow strings, and they literally take bits and they rub them together, and it's a long process. But it could also might also be cut cat gut or similar gut, perhaps. But the thing is, you because you don't want to get it was natural fibre, so you don't want to get it wet. It's why you try to keep your bowstrings dry.
Well, here's a bit of trivia for those of you whose stomachs just turned thinking about catgut, because I love kitties. Fear not, my friends. Catgut isn't actually cat gut. It's actually goat gut. And I think it was a French term that was mispronounced, you know,
Yeah.
in England, and that's
Yeah, the
how we got the
French do
term cat gut. But it isn't cat, it is goat. It is sheep. And so the only reason I know that is because I am looking into building a legit viola da gamba, and it uses quote-unquote cat gut.
So
It bows really well, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to buy cat gut. And then I did some
our
research.
neighbors have goats.
Well, I don't want to make it myself. There are cat gut suppliers because there's still people playing, historical instruments. But
That would make for a stream. No, it wouldn't. No, it probably wouldn't go. Never mind. I'm not even.
Flav, you're horrible, Flav. Don't say that. Ew.
All right. Well,
how dare you, Flav?
Is it? Am I bad for liking things like this?
Beware the hooded one.
Wait, is that Hearn?
No, it's Belem's little assistant who he's in an in-between scene I didn't include here, but his assistant was saying that, and he was just kind of like standing there, like in this room with him. I guess they have reflective walls and stuff like that, and he felt the need to announce it. So I guess this guy, Belem, has some. I guess he's able to divine the future. He has visions. We'll see that later, and he seems to know the coming of the hooded one, the son
of Hearn.
Yes. And so he knows that's coming, and then it flashes over here, where Robin notices his friend. I don't know if it's a biological brother or not. I think it's a half brother, right?
It's the son of the miller that brought him up.
Oh, stepbrother. Yeah. Unless the stepbrother somehow got a hold of his mama somehow. No.
Yeah.
So this is
it's adoptive brother. I think is the word.
Yeah. And he's there hunting himself some deer. But as you said before, the king owns everything. And so he's hunting on the king's land, and you're not allowed to do that, even if you're starving. Mm-hmm. And you'll get found by Mordred.
Mordred
of Gisburn.
Mordred of Gisburn. Perfect.
Let's see. What other roles? Now, I know one. Did Robert Addie play? Just to see if there's anything I'm missing here, because Excalibur, of course, Merlin, it was a small role. Okay, so Excalibur here. We have Another Country, 1984. That's the same time as this.
Ooh, Gavin, I'm sorry to hear that.
What happened?
Hope it wasn't poisonous or venomous.
Absolution in 1978. And let's see here, we have Stocky and Co., 1982. Red Dwarf. He was in Red Dwarf.
He's born the same year I was. He put 43 when he passed away.
He appeared as Gilbert in the popular science fiction episode It's called Time Slices. I don't remember exactly what that one is. But that's cool. He appeared in Red Dwarf. And then we have here, Stock and Co. And what else? Crossbow, 1987. Well, he got plenty of training here.
Welcome, Tom.
The Return of Sherlock Holmes, 1986. A Night in Camelot, 1998. Oh, we got to check out this Night in Camelot. Return to Arthurian lore. Yes. A Night in Camelot. We should check that out. A New Adventure of Robin Hood, 1997. Uh-oh. The New Adventure of Robin Hood in 1997. You know that one, Colin? Colin, are you still there?
I don't remember it. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
He played a villain named Grollet.
Yeah, we could hear you, Colin.
Oh, but that's just one episode. It's not like he was a regular. He was an irregular.
I've just had a look at A Night in Camelot.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's a very silly place.
Michael York as, believe it or not, yes, King Arthur.
Really?
Michael York plays King Arthur. Yes.
Really?
The lead role is played by someone called Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
Guinan?
Wait. But it's
Yes.
Wait a second. It's a comedy?
A computer malfunction causes a science researcher to be sent back in time with her laptop, which she uses to make the call. Oh, right. I see. So it's gender swap Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court. It's basically a Yankee and King Arthur's
seen it.
Court. I haven't. I've just got the IMDb page out for it. But basically, with the sound of it, it's a 1998 Yankee and King Arthur's Court, but with
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg as a scientist who has a laptop.
Well, we'll have to
with Michael York, though, I'm interested in seeing it just to see him.
You never know.
He plays such a great King Arthur in Babylon 5.
Well, he wasn't technically King Arthur.
I'm in no need of a doctor, so take your leeches elsewhere.
Yeah, and Kosh wasn't Merlin. Yeah, Lawrence, we all know he was. He totally was.
Now. Next thing you'll be saying is he's not Merlin.
Exactly.
I'm quick on the draw tonight.
Yes, you are. Cool beans.
Well, we'll look at it and see. We'll have to see. Maybe, it might be so horrendous that we would want to cover it. We'll see.
I'm curious. Now that you mentioned it, we have to see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, these guys are caught. Unfortunately, it's the brother, the adoptive brother that was doing the hunting, but that Gisburn wants Robin. Because he doesn't like the look of Robin. Robin looks like one of those guys who'll stand up for himself, and Guy of Gisburn cannot have that. Go ahead, Colin. You were going to say something.
I don't remember this 1997 New Adventures of Robin Hood series, but it's got Christopher Lee in it.
Oh!
So it's got to have...
Does it have Whoopi Goldberg?
It doesn't have Whoopi Goldberg, but it does. Christopher Lee, I think, is the only person whose name I actually recognize in any of these.
Okay. Oh, no.
But it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's a TV series, so it doesn't necessarily mean anything other than that they're, not people who are particularly...
I swear to you, it does not mean a thing.
Are we talking about the same movie?
No, this is a different one. That's A Night in Camelot, and this is The New Adventures of Robin Hood.
With Christopher Lee. Ooh.
Which was a TV series.
which was a TV series like this one. Well, that's the thing. Gisburn smacks Robin Hood, and then they found the deer, and they're like, okay, you're going to medieval jail. So, oh, look at that. That's a nice looking castle. Yeah, Brown was right earlier
there's actually
tonight.
a
No,
point
no,
in
it
here
was Mega
which is
Geek.
actually quite,
Mega Geek was right earlier tonight. The lighting is different in England.
yeah.
Go ahead.
You don't understand this thing, son. I was going to say, actually, that bit you didn't actually take a clip of it, but
What?
that bit where he first encounters Gisborne, he does actually come up against there is actually a quite important line in there when Gisborne calls him a serf, and he says,
Oh yeah, he says, "No, I'm a free man," and Gisborne takes
Yeah.
issue with that. He's like, "I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you have your papers? You have your freedom papers." Now, how did they distinguish between free serfs and serfs?
No, there's no such thing as a free serf. Sorry, hold on.
You said something about a free.
Sorry, no, I'm trying to think what no, you maybe didn't know. There were two types of a serf is tied to the land.
Mm-hmm.
A freeman is not. There is a free serf and no, there's a free serf and an unfree serf.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So yes, my apologies. Because I was doing.
Don't worry, no apologies. We're just trying to work it out. So there's unfree serfs and free serfs.
All of this is within the level of peasants. They're all peasants.
I guess you could call them. There were serfs that were tied down, and then serfs that could move around a bit.
Yeah, quite literally that. A free serf, an unfree serf could not leave the land that he or she lived on without permission of their lord. Free serf could actually move around.
And how was that determined?
It was literally that simple.
Oh.
I was just wondering what the ID system was like, because they didn't have cell phones back then to verify.
Because which is one of the reasons why after the Black Death in 1350, you had a lot of serfs move out and actually make big money, because they actually can move, and they move to the places where there's not much labour,
right?
And the labour in demand.
Well, I'm just wondering, did they keep like some sort of roster of who was who, and or did you carry your own paperwork?
Well, no, you wouldn't know.
Because most people were illiterate; they wouldn't be able to read their own paperwork.
Hey, Nate, thank you for stopping by. Nate is from Rumble.
Hey, Nate. We see you here on StreamYard just as easily as the YouTube folks. Most of our chat is in YouTube, though, but we're happy to have you there on Rumble. That's why we stream there.
That's actually very good. I might have to try to look into that, because I don't know myself how you actually differentiate that. I know there were different statuses, but how you actually differentiate it, I don't know. I suppose probably if you got caught. I would imagine if you got caught pretending to be a free serf when you were an unfree serf, then you could get in serious trouble.
Well,
how you got caught and identified, I don't know.
What would designate you as being a serf that could move around? How do you become a free serf?
Maybe it was profession or skill.
No, it's not that. I think it's probably something to do with how you're born. It's perhaps the closest thing thinking about it. As I said, it's something I definitely have to look up for myself. It sounds almost like a caste system. Perhaps you're born into it. I think a free serf, an unfree serf can become a free serf. Perhaps a free serf can become an unfree serf if you if you need to, if you're in dire need or something, you sort of sell yourself into serfdom. But I could be wrong on that. Like I said, it's actually interesting. I'd never actually looked into that before. It's definitely something worth looking into.
I was watching an episode there's a multi-part series on YouTube about Gedalong, this new medieval castle that they're building in France. And one of the historians there was explaining that stonemasons were actually mobile because lords across Europe needed their skills. So maybe it was also determined by the type of skills you possessed and whether other lords needed your skills.
So I shall have to look into and report back to the class.
All right. Well, I'm looking at it
do
right
your
now.
homework.
Just so, I mean, we could do a little more later because I don't want to take too much time on this, but just so our audience knows, because some people might be contemplating how to become, free mobile serfs in England today. In fact, manumission is one way. That's purchase or gift. No, that's the term, manumission.
No, I just wanted to say that Flav had the answer to our question.
Oh,
yeah.
A plus.
He usually does.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the difference between free and unfree was, as Flav says, until the Black Plague comes and the Black Death comes along, you're not really going to get much movement at all. Certainly not on
Escape to a town, a year and a day.
Yep.
Wow. And then clearing new frontier land. I guess these would be initiatives if the rulers needed things done and you fit the bill, you would have opportunities.
Well, you also have to think that, remember that the population was a lot lower than it is today, a lot lower. There was a lot of England, Wales, probably Scotland to some degree as well, was, if not forest, it was actually, it certainly wasn't all that clear. A lot of it was farmland.
Yeah, they were explaining that in the Get Along documentary where, when we picture medieval castles, we picture them around this, picture them enclosed in forests, kind of out in the wilderness, and that wasn't the case at all. They explained that there's more forest in Europe now than there was in the Middle Ages, and that kind of that baffled me. It's like, how? Wow.
Yeah, especially with them saying, the CO2 stuff.
Yeah, Britain, I think, was quite forested. But yeah, you don't want if your castle is in the middle of the forest, you're not going to see anybody coming close, are you?
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You're on top of a hill overlooking things.
Yep. Well, let's get along with our story here. So now,
I thought this was an autonomous collective.
Yes.
Yes, Gavin. At least here it is.
In Earworms, it is.
In Earworms, it is.
Bi-weekly, we vote for who's the chief derailer.
Yes.
So now, in prison...
Maybe Gavin this week.
Maybe.
I warned you.
Or shall we say the dungeon. Robin and his brother meet up with Will Scarlet there at first. And then a couple other guys. I don't know if these become the regulars or not. Things moved kind of fast.
Yeah, that's good.
I know Will Scarlet is, but there was other guys like this guy here. I don't know.
He doesn't make it.
No.
Henderson or something.
No. But there are, I can't remember if it's actually that clear in the series, because I haven't seen part 2 yet for a while. but it is made clear that Dickin and the other guy
Dickin.
here are more than friends.
What?
They are, shall we say, they are more than friends.
Oh,
And
wow.
Richard Carpenter specifically mentions on the documentaries on the thing. I can't remember how much of it's actually how much was actually explicitly said or hinted at in the show.
Okay. Well, I'll watch for it from here on out. And so, well, they're deciding to get away, except for this guy. This guy, he seems to want to stay put because he has a friend.
Yeah.
He has a friend. And then here we go. This is going to be us on Sunday making our Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah. It's going to look just like that with the amount of lighting we have outside.
We don't have a cauldron.
We have a wood-burning stove. It might as well be a cauldron.
Okay. And then we have here, there. This is our second view of the sheriff. He's waking up in that's some major bling. Now, I don't know if this guy ranks as high as a bishop or what, but
I can't remember what he is off the top of my head, but there's some interesting things. I noticed something about this whole. I've made a note in big block capitals. I wrote a word in my notes that we spell differently to you. That you may or may not what you noticed. This is a really good shot to demonstrate it.
Well, I like his clothing
compared to most Hollywood type depictions in the Middle Ages. Do you notice? Okay, so admittedly these are
colorful.
Nobles. Correct.
Yeah.
So the peasants, they're not grey and brown and boring.
Right.
They are wearing colours. The lacings at the top of his tunic are a little bit wrong, I would have thought. I'm not seeing those. They're a little bit Vikingish, but most of the stuff looks quite good.
Yeah, you can make green from nettles.
Yeah.
Could you make that purple though?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Oh.
Purple, but yes, he must be quite high in the church to be purple.
I think you'd have to mix
right?
Cuccinells and woad, red and blue.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you make. I mean,
there may be a natural purple.
It was a high class one. So yeah, he is quite high up in the church. I think he's a bishop or something. What I'd also notice, in fact, I would say, purely from the fact of who and what they are, I would say, given that they're brothers, I would say that the sheriff is the older brother. Purely from that picture.
Yeah. The one that would be able to inherit and pass things on, and the younger one might as well send him off to the monastery.
The church. Yep. That was a really big thing. First son, heir, becomes the heir. Second son.
But here they look like co-conspirators here, and the younger.
They are. Well, they're both crooked.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, they are. But as I said, and in fact, it's meant they are specific as brothers.
But and they're French.
Well, yeah.
They're not French at all.
Well, yeah, they're from Normandy, and they look down on the Saxons.
Wait, Colin, didn't you tell us that the Normans weren't French?
Genetically, yeah, but they at least thought of themselves as Norman French, you know?
Yeah, they are, yes, geographically they're French.
Okay.
Historically, they are descended from Norse Vikings.
They're
That's why it's
Vikings.
Normandy. They're Vikings. That's why it's Normandy.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why the English played much harder against France than they did with Argentina. Can't lose to the French. In the World Cup. Yeah, Colin
It's
wasn't
possible.
there. But
Ooh,
that was a high-scoring match.
Ooh, Flav has more info. Purple was hyper expensive.
ooh.
Back then, there was only one source, a gland of a sea snail, requiring some
Damn.
thousands of snails for a few grams of dye. Ooh.
Which is why if you
Wow.
No wonder the royalty ate that up. Yeah.
And if you think you go back, it was royal purple. And if you go back to the Romans as well, even the emperor's toga tended to be purple around the edge, not the whole thing.
Oh, that's how
Yeah.
Flav knows about it.
Oh, well,
He's
yes.
a Roman. He wanks as high as anyone in Rome.
Yes.
Well, here comes Bell End.
Purple, yes. Justice for purple.
I'm not. I was looking at his gear and I'm thinking he looks very, very Arab, but I'm not sure he looks
Yeah,
very 12th century Arab.
Yeah, I'm not even
He
sure.
looks more like a modern day Bedouin.
Yeah, but the thing is, in this show, he's a dark occultist. So he's kind of like into that knowledge.
But
that's kept
Anthony
away
Valentine
from.
has got the face and the bearing that he's. I was thinking when you said this, but he can carry that off. You can imagine him as almost as an Arab.
Well,
as in
Lawrence of Arabia wasn't an Arab.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is you can always. Obviously, he's been influenced. I mean, he's obviously been picked up a lot of stuff in the Crusades, picked up influence. The rest of this.
Well, he's been to the Holy Land and he's learned secret things.
Yeah.
He knows where the Holy Grail is.
This is where, although we actually see we've seen the seer there, but I don't think on the horse on the left. But I don't think he actually makes much in this episode. It comes only in the next episode. Very interesting character. As Richard Carpenter said, no real connections in Robin Hood mythology to the Crusades in general, other than Richard being in it, etc.
Yeah.
Richard Carpenter writes Robin of Sherwood, comes up with and creates the idea of Nazir, a Saracen assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of 3 years later, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves comes out.
Right.
And oh look, what do we have in Robin Hood Prince of Thieves?
Well, he was a Moor.
We have Morgan Freeman. Yeah, but we have Morgan Freeman as an Arab Moor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? In other words, the one
no relation.
Yeah, but more to the point, that character wasn't. What Richard Carpenter's point is that no such character was normally there in Robin Hood lore until.
No, I
he
mean
came
I'm
up
not related to the Moors.
Well, sorry, I mean, yeah. But
yeah, this series probably inspired the character.
Yeah, definitely.
Now look at this. I know there was definitely beekeeping back then.
Was
so
there?
I think that's cool.
Yeah, no, yes.
Well, I guess there was. How else would they have mead? That's right.
They needed beeswax for a number of things. You could do a lot of crafting with beeswax.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Beeswax would have been one of the things you would have had. An archer would have had a lump of beeswax which you would have waxed your bowstring.
Got to keep that.
Would archers
waxed.
keep bees?
Now, if you are a violinist, you'd be rosining your bow.
Yep.
Not
And
with
your
beeswax.
I know. There are different types
Yeah,
of bows.
but you only do that if you go down to Georgia.
The devil went down to Georgia.
Correct.
Then he ran into Charlie Daniels.
Yeah, that's when I heard that. That's where I've heard that line from.
Yeah.
Bees were essential, and they still are, Flav.
Yeah.
Yay,
now,
bees.
there we go. So That's a pretty face.
Honey,
Lawrence, you used to keep bees,
honey
right?
was
I didn't keep them myself. I worked, well, not, I was doing a science fair project, and my project, fortunately, I was able to get the use of some hives at a local apiary. So I had a beekeeping outfit, and I used to go over there to do stuff on my project. But I didn't keep the bees myself. It wasn't our land. It was
Did
a
you learn
local
how to
apiary.
harvest honey?
Yeah,
Ooh.
well amongst
yeah.
amongst other things. One thing they did know, although they didn't know, they didn't have modern theories of medicine. It was known for the Middle Ages certainly knew that honey is what we would now call
Antiseptic.
an antiseptic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
we learned that
used
in
for
2020.
They don't send you
it was
free honey. Oh. So it was antiseptic. Did they know this because there
Nope.
were people that studied Egyptian medicine, Colin?
I'm
it
sure
might have
that.
come from that, but I know that they knew it was anti because when you get a couple of hundred years after this, but Henry V gets an arrow before he becomes Henry V when he's still Prince of Wales. Henry V of Agincourt fame gets an arrow in his face and it gets pulled
Ooh.
out, so and it goes back. It almost digs into the bone, but the arrow gets pulled out. But what the doctor, the medic, does is he packs the wound daily with moss and honey, and the honey, which acts as an antiseptic and lets you heal easily.
Amazing.
So yeah, I mean, they didn't know these things. They didn't know necessarily the reason, and they wouldn't have thought of it in any way as what we would have called an antiseptic, probably, because they didn't necessarily have the idea. They still had the humours and bits and
Well,
pieces.
they
They were
just
learning
had trial and error practical knowledge, I guess. And
yeah,
a lot of this trial and error practical knowledge is still useful, and we've just over the generations have forgotten. I mean, my mother who grew up on a
Well,
farming,
as we
yeah.
It's a pretty easy thing to see how people would try it to begin with because of the texture of honey. Like when you're cut, you may want to, just protect it, and you put the honey on it,
just soothe it, yeah.
and you know what? It healed faster.
Yeah.
And so that's where people started trying it on other things. Back in the prison, we meet Arthur, the rodent here. That
Not Michael York Arthur.
yeah, no.
It is the rabbit.
It is the rabbit. I have to import that video again. That Alex video is awesome.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I think this is where they decide, okay, we're going to try to break out. And then meanwhile, here he is. He came, and then, of course, the honey in the land is what he's interested in here.
Yep.
So,
No one can blame him.
no, but he knows that the church wants her because she has, I mean, can she pass on the land? Because her, was it her uncle or her father is
Yeah,
Richard Attenborough or something like that.
if she is the only child, then yes. I mean, this is one of the things that we tend these days. It is in certain interests for us to completely ignore the fact that throughout history, women have had their own power. It's just been a sort of soft power. But yes, the whole point about this is that she has lands. She cannot run those. She has those lands, but she holds them for the next man in her life.
Right.
Now, if she marries, her lands go to her husband. Now,
And that's what this
interesting.
guy's looking for.
Yes,
but
so if
the
you don't,
church
if
guy
she goes
got
into
there
the church,
first, and
yeah,
well, she's
if she becomes a
probably
nun,
considering the nunhood for her own reasons.
yeah, but interestingly, what makes this, but different places in Europe have different laws for this inheritance, because Richard the Lionheart's mother was Eleanor of Aquitaine, and
Mm-hmm.
very quickly, because of who Eleanor of Aquitaine's father was, she was the heir. She came attached to, if you like, vast tracts of land, to the
Mm.
point that she married the King of France. She then divorced the King of France, and she took her lands with her.
Okay.
So when she set her eye on this young English Norman prince living in England called Henry Plantagenet,
Uh-huh.
she bought, when they got married, she basically bought western half of France with her.
Okay.
So even though she'd been married to the king, when she divorced the king, the lands went with her. The lands didn't stay with her husband.
Right.
So there were various levels of inheritance.
Okay. Now, to be clear, her father is also named Richard, but it's not Richard Lionheart. It's not the king. It's Richard something else.
Yeah.
I
But
don't remember it. I'm sure
although,
Flack does, but
yeah, but in some of they're all Flav. I'm like, come on, man. That is
No.
tautology if ever there was one. Dodgy French. You don't need the dodgy. You don't. You only need one of those words, man. But I mean, if you think in some of the Robin Hood movies and the rest of it, like I think the one with, I think in the original Errol Flynn one, Marion is ward or otherwise connected to King Richard. So there are some versions of the story in which case the Richard to whom she is responsible for her is King Richard, but not in this one. No, she's saying this one it is Richard or and we are talking the French, so you can't say anything. You can't say too many words wrong about the French.
oh.
But yes, but but as I said, basically,
Yes. So, all right. I guess what I would, the main thing about it is that at least he hasn't returned from the Crusades, and so she's kind of got this land. It's pinned to her, but the church wants it, and so does this Dark Bell End guy, and
I think
the sheriff is kind of caught in between the two, but he's like, of course, going to lean more towards his brother and the church, I guess. But I mean, he basically is trying to see who has the most power here. I guess.
okay, we clearly know who's got the most power here. It's the man who's got the biggest chest. It's Clive Mantle. I mean, he's always got the most power. He's got the biggest chest. His chest is so big he can't get close to fit it.
Right.
That's why they call him Little John.
Oh, well, I'm talking about between these two.
Well,
Yeah,
Little
so
John
that-
is between those two.
Yeah.
The guy in the back is Little John.
Yeah, I know.
Or John Little.
I meant, yes, he's got the biggest.
But yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Again, probably quite a.
Although he's just a lowly sheriff, he's like Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Well, he's the reeve for the entire Shire. It's the derivation of the word sheriff is Shire Reeve.
Oh,
Oh,
Basically,
really?
reeve,
That's what
yeah.
it means.
Yeah, it means Shire. Scott, I'm not sure if it's the same derivation in Scotland. The sheriff in Scotland is a bit different from the sheriff in England. But yeah,
no,
the
that's the
derivation
Roscoe
is
P. Coltrane type.
yeah. the derivation of the word sheriff is shire reeve, which is manager of sorts, for the shire, and the sheriff could make it. Well, we could go on for ages about the reason.
Let's not.
But let's just say, but the sheriff had a lot of power. His main responsibility was making sure that the king got his taxes.
Yeah.
Now, if he collected any more money than he had to give to the king for taxes, well, that just...
Yeah, I'm sure there was shaving off the top there.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's why so many of the sheriffs were bent as hell.
So they weren't necessarily about law enforcement, except for tax collecting. They were more tax collectors. Well, they were supposed to
also take care of the law enforcement too.
Yeah,
but tax collection was a big part of it.
Exactly.
That dress is beautiful. Is that a historically accurate dress, Colin?
Reasonably so.
Oh, okay.
No, I say yeah. I mean, I'd need to check with some of my.
It's a little low cut around the neck, I guess.
Perhaps, but bear in mind that actually, this is 100, 150 years before my period, but she's definitely being immodest there because her hair is loose.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
But was that only for married women or all women of the court?
No, all women. It was that was the thing all the way down. So if she's wearing a hood or something, a hood would cover some of that.
I
mean, that's a lot of hair.
She has beautiful hair. Oh my gosh! I mean, if I could pick my hair color, at birth, it would definitely be red.
Joser's in my studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joser doesn't usually come on camera, but I opened the door for him there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was sleeping on your shelf.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah.
He may come over to yours now. Okay.
He probably will.
But anyway, back to these guys.
They love purple in this household. They must be very, very wealthy.
The church wants her lands too, so that's why they would get it if she became a nun. And then, of course, Bellend wants it. He wants, I don't know. But she's like going with the church. But the thing is, it looks like the conversation towards the end, I don't know if you caught on this, Colin, or not, but towards the end, it seems like the sheriff was going to go with Bellend guy over the church because of, I don't know, more power. But I like this line he says here.
Because Bellend can have them assassinated. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the church was a very big landholder.
But what is Bellend? I mean, what is his station in all this?
Generic villain.
Okay, but I mean, since everyone seems to have their own place and where they get their power from, I guess all power does derive from the king. Is he just a nobleman that has eccentric interests?
Hey, swappers.
Hey, swapalero.
Could be. I mean, again, it's the role in this is he's generic villain. I might think.
Yeah.
But, as the swappers points out, I was thinking this is one of the beauties. You don't know. There is no guaranteeing that when Marion leaves this hall and walks up those stairs, she's within 100 miles of this hall.
Mm-hmm.
As the swapper said, they just filmed it all over. They filmed it all over the place. World's Cathedral was one famous place.
Oh yeah. Well, here I put that line up because I thought it was interesting. So many devils and only one God to deal with them, basically.
So many fishes.
Oh no, I gotta get that one.
The sea. So many fishes, except for Londo and me.
I gotta record that one too. Gotta add that to my clips. But anyway, swappers, make sure you don't get any delusions of grandeur here.
A Jedi Knight? I'm out of it for a little while. Everybody gets delusions of grandeur.
Yeah, now that he's a full Jedi. Okay, so that's what she's saying here. She's like, so he's gonna go with him, and he's like, yeah, looks like it.
Wait, is her dress iridescent? Because
Oh,
one moment
let's
it
go
was
back.
purple, and now it seems like it's green. It's
Yeah,
shifted.
it looked green all the time.
No,
I think
it was
it's
purple.
lighting.
Oh. Yeah.
Look at those buttons on her sleeve.
I mean, what kind of material could have done that at the time? I don't think any, no?
I'm trying to think what it's. There are some materials which are,
Color shifting? Wow.
yeah, they can be little iridescent.
Oh.
I can't think what they are.
Well, whatever. I mean, whether it's authentic
I think
or not.
I think it's more
beautiful
like
dress.
yeah, but I think it's. You mentioned the buttons on there again. Also, the length of her train.
Mm-hmm.
That is an indication of wealth that she can afford that amount of material.
And those buttons
She
aren't
can
really
afford those
necessary.
buttons.
They're
No.
just there.
They are literally bling.
Yeah. Pure bling. I know
And what
metal trim was a thing somehow.
They probably would not be
Oop.
metal. What they probably would be, they would actually be cloth.
Oh.
So they would actually be cloth, stuffed with cotton wool or some similar stuffing. I'm not sure, but basically, rather than metal, it would actually be they would actually be cloth, stuffed cloth, basically.
Okay.
Do you think someone of her station could afford the gold embroidery at the bottom? Unless she
Probably.
did it herself, maybe.
She might have done it herself as well. Again, it's something that ladies would have done. They've done something to, and as we saw with Excalibur, with Guinevere sewing her father's wounds and so on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good old Excalibur.
Ugh.
Sorry.
That's disgusting.
Well, that was in the script. So anyway, this soldier isn't very bright. They call him over. Hey, can you come here a minute? And then they pull him down and bonk his head, and then pull out his sword and seem to use it like a lever to try and.
Yeah.
And they did. They opened up the.
They're trying to get the bolt.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
And so most of them escape, but they leave this poor guy behind because he's like, no one escapes here. And he has Arthur, his mouse. So.
Rat.
Ratatouille. Now, I skipped the kitchen combat. I mean, everything was blurry and I didn't get any good screen grabs. But there was kitchen combat, and they're all trying to escape here through open.
What is it I'm thinking of? There's some material I'm thinking of. It's not iridescent, but it's not gauze yet. There's something I'm thinking of which is very thin, can come across as shiny. You know, I generally can't remember what flipping hell it's called, but there's something that looks a bit like that. But yeah, iridescent as such. No, that's sorry if I was giving that impression.
Well, we'll have to ask Mr. Humphreys.
I'm gonna do a search and see if there were. Wait, let me. I don't know. I mean, it's a beautiful dress.
Here's something I picked up on. A lot of this is going to be little bit of music clips. Hopefully, later, folks, if you're watching this on the rewind and there's a bunch of cuts, that's because YouTube made this stuff disappear because of copyright. But hopefully they're short enough that they can stay. But some great musical moments like this. I love that rhythm. That comes up during like all the action scenes.
Ooh, Lawrence, check this out.
Yep, go ahead.
All right, Colin. According to Google AI, yes, iridescent fabric, known historically as shot silk, or changeable silk, or cangiante, did exist in medieval Europe, though it was extraordinarily rare and a massive luxury. So maybe a lady of her station wouldn't have owned any dress made of shot silk.
If I remember right, that
But
tends to
still,
be.
is it still silk from the Orient?
It says it's imported and exotic. Europe acquired changeable silks primarily via trade along the Silk Road from the Byzantine Empire and the Islamic world. By the late Middle Ages, Italian weaving centers in cities like Lucca and Venice began producing their own high-end luxury silks. Yeah, so it was possible. Now I'm wondering.
Could you get a date range for that?
Well, late
Just
medieval.
for the hell of it.
Late medieval.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
isn't the show?
This is high medieval.
This
like
is high
12th
medieval.
century.
It. I guess.
It's a possibility.
Let's see.
So look at that door. That's some serious door there. I like that.
Ooh. It was iridescence was achieved by using a plain weave technique with two differently colored threads. That's how the color shifting happened. As the fabric moved or caught the light from different angles, one color shifted into another. I wonder if there was a purple to green.
Yeah, purple and green sounds like. Well, that's the thing. You could use less of the purple dye.
That was
with
important
less-
to Drowsy Homeworld.
Yeah, we can't have a color shifting,
No. She's like
scarf.
She could bring the Drazi together.
Oh, yeah, she can. She can.
I don't
Oh,
know.
where was this silk when the Drazi needed it?
Well,
Why didn't
unfortunately,
Roshala supply them with that silk? The Vorlons hadn't got there yet.
Well, Robin's men escape, but Robin does not. But that was a nice gate there. Robin's busy running up there. He's defending himself, and he finds this door, and this door leads to another door. It wasn't exactly that door. I edited, reduced the amount of slides. And he comes in, and she's taking an afternoon siesta, I guess. So that's her room. Got a candle there in the afternoon.
Colin, wouldn't that room be more colorful?
Yeah, I think so. But what I did, I noticed they've at least they've actually got plaster on the walls. They're not just stone walls.
Oh yeah, that would be.
It would be cold and
damp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although in the humid, hot summer, it could also be oppressive. But well-shaped door. But he's trying to run away. He comes in. I'm not going to hurt you or anything like that. He hears the sheriff outside. He locks the door, and she goes along with it. She answers, I'm okay, or whatever. But he's able to get away with it. She doesn't yell, "Hey, there's a strange guy in here." It all of a sudden got a lot quieter. I think Colin muted.
No, you have a clip to play here.
Yes, I do.
Why didn't you call out?
I did it mostly for the music. There's a number of musical themes that reoccur throughout the series that I like, and that ballad there, I'm pretty sure that's like a Marion theme, or a love between Robin and Marion theme.
Yeah, they do sound quite medieval. The music.
Planet. did a great job with this. There are some moments where it did sound a little too 80s.
It did sound a
but-
they threw in some
I know.
blues bass lines in there. It's like, why
That-
must
what-
they do the Lady Hawk
They
thing?
were
Why?
they were inspired by David Gilmour and some of that guitar work that was being done.
But David Gilmour had nothing to do with medieval times.
But it's cool.
No.
Yeah. Very much. All right. So anyway, there we go. She's like, well, they're giving each other the look. That's what's going on here. And then he's about to leave and he puts up his hood, kinda. I'm sure the director's like, don't cover your face. So he puts up the hood and she's like, she just remembers something that Bell End and them were talking about, the hooded man. He mentioned that to the sheriff of Nottingham. He's like, beware of the hooded man. And here she's like, oh, this must be the hooded man. The hooded man is on X, though. Just so people
The irony of that is that hoods were ubiquitous
Oh, yeah.
for male and female. So,
Was
Well,
it because
so-
it was always cold?
No, well, remember he said this before as a thing of modesty also
Oh,
because
okay, I see.
because even for men,
Yeah.
you know, it's like you're more of a nice, humble, meek, you know, serf, free or unfree if you got
well, then,
your hair
and
covered.
the fact is that the hood is an extremely easy to make in general. It's
True.
simple and easy to make. It's easy to make and easy to wear. So it's widespread, and depending upon the style, material, etc., it can be for almost any level of society.
Okay.
Well, then the original Robin Hood, it's like, so his main distinguishing thing would have been something very common. So I wonder where the name.
Yeah, I'm something the version was
Maybe he had a different type of hood,
hood.
a strident hood.
Yeah, because the there is a medieval poem lay called the Guest Gest of Robin Hood Hode.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably another one of these ones where the word has
Changed
been-
its meaning over time.
has changed the meaning or pronunciation slightly over time.
Especially when you have some of those Robin Hood things going on where it's like a green cap with a feather coming out of it. It's like there's no hood there.
Oh, got one of those, but the feather meant you were quite rich, actually.
Yeah. Especially if you're a fox.
Yes.
So anyway, Robin escapes, but it was a moment for the ages. And he's out in the wilderness, and this is where he comes across, hey, guess who?
Oh, God. The
Yeah,
protector of the people that does not protect a damn thing. He just recruits a son and has him try to fix everything.
Well, that's the way it was written, I guess.
Well,
That's usually the
thing
type
is,
of
they
thing
should
they
have
say.
all of the wizards and evil Satanists in the show are afraid of Hearn, yet Hearn doesn't do a gosh darn thing for anyone. So
He does in a little bit. He gives him a sword.
it's not enough. Bring me a shrubbery. That's exactly what Hearn. He might as well have said that, because all the good that he does in the show, he doesn't do a gosh darn thing for anyone. He just asks for things. Bring me the arrow. Bring me.
We want a shrubbery!
The 7 Shrubberies of Wayland.
Yes.
If he would have said that in this scene, everyone would have been like, ugh. Well, at first, Robin's like, nah, who is this guy? I don't know. I don't think I'm down with this. And look at it. He's got who wears a deer head like that?
I don't know.
So he doesn't trust the guy. I don't think.
Would you trust anyone wearing a deer head?
Well, it looks like something off a Boss Hogg's wall. And then he just puts it on his head.
It does a bit, yeah.
Oh, and then this guy, well, now, at the same time, we have a juxtaposition between the light and the dark forces. There's Hearn out there, or shall I say, at least the natural forces, and then here's the unnatural forces, kind of like the Sith, some call unnatural, you know? And so he gets visions on his face, and there's visions of, is that, that's the sheriff there with the model rocket, right?
Yeah.
The shrubbery Hearn was asking for. Yeah.
And then I'm not sure what that scene is there that they're juxtaposing. But,
Well, he started off where he's gone into the gift shop. He's got out the video of episode 1, and he's rewound the video to the very start to see what happens. And now he's rewound, and then he's rewound the video about 10 minutes, I think, in to find one of the most famous things in the entire Robin Hood Legendarium.
And what is that?
2 of the most famous things, in fact, in the Robin Hood Legendarium.
2? Oh.
Yeah, the arrow, splitting the arrow, and the fight with Little John.
Yeah, Little John splitting the arrow, and then we're back to Gisburn again. And then now this guy doesn't foresee his own demise, does he?
Not really. I don't think so.
Well, he doesn't really have a demise. He
doesn't. He gets resurrected, and they do nothing with that, man. And there's Hearn.
Somehow, the Belen returned.
Yes. Well, we have fun with it because we like it. That's all. And then here, is this like a crystal radio kit?
It's casting bones.
Oh, yeah, bones. Yeah, that's right. And so he's divining the future, and I think he's being told, here you go. Use this guy. And he has him under I guess you would say a spell, yes. And now that's a nice choker necklace you got there.
More to the point, notice the pentagram.
Oh, yeah. It's upside down. Yep, that's the inverted pentagram. Because evil cannot create, it can only corrupt.
The horns at the top, but yeah, basically, the other way up.
And so, yeah, I mean, you're showing yourself as probably not a very good serf there, gentlemen. But then right away, he just kind of finds Robin, and Robin fortunately has a stick with him. And then...
Oh, you have got the same, yeah. That, look, that's why I wanted that for that picture.
I know, you brought the same picture.
Yeah, look at how John's holding that. It's if that's like, look at how where John's hands are on that staff.
Yeah.
Right? That's quarter staff or third staff. Because his hands are he's not holding it in the middle. He's holding that clip I found out shows him better. But if you notice, he's holding it towards one end, so he's still got plenty.
Yeah, the first third of the stick.
Yeah, but he's got plenty of control, but he's got reach, and this battle I think is I really do like this fight.
Oh yeah.
This fight is almost as good as the one in Men in Tights. Where they end up with a break. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good quarter. It's what I used to fight quarterstaffs like this.
Oh.
Oh, you trained in the staff, Colin.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow. I tried to learn, but I guess not in the same style. I learned in a Korean style.
Well, the other thing is, notice also that both of their styles, what the staves are.
Well, actually, I know your style, Liza.
Yes, I was trained personally by a Narn.
So what were you saying, Colin? Hold on,
Look what the staves are. What the staves are. They are basically reasonably straight branches with all the side branches cut off. That's all they are. They're walking sticks.
Yeah.
But there's another reason for fighting for these things. You remember when we did Dragonheart, you mentioned, several times, you mentioned that some of those weapons look like pole arms.
Yeah.
But if you're fighting with a pole arm and the business end gets cut off, what are you left with?
A big stick.
A big stick, a pole. So you can still use that quarterstaff, or technically staff, or quarterstaff is a generic staff.
Yes.
And again, the way I learned to fight was basically was sort of show fight, medieval show fight, rather than probably actual really. And these guys obviously practicing it very well, but
well, Little John has the advantage, it seems, and he knocks Robin off the bridge, and Robin takes a drink. And then he's probing around looking for Robin, and
that's the bit there where that clip where you can see he actually. It's on about 2 second clip there from starting with that bit where you see he actually moves his hands down.
Oh, did you provide a clip here?
Hold on. Let's see. I've got it on one. I'll see if I can bring it back up again.
Yeah, I don't have a video clip on this section. I got plenty of video clips, but not on this one.
So if I don't know if you can bring that up and play that. It's very short. It's literally a case of blink and you'll miss it. But if you can,
I'm trying. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they both look the same. My slides and your clip.
Yeah.
Is that yours? Yep.
Yeah, that's the clip. Okay. Yeah, see? Did you see that? He moves his hand. One hand, then the other hand right down. There you go, like that. Exactly there. See?
Yeah.
Like I said, blink and you miss it, but he moves his hand down, so he's got maximum length of that staff now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, you want to keep the guy as far away from you as you can.
Right. So yeah, it was. No, I saw that the scene, the handling of the poles was good. Yeah, it was really good. And then he's crazed though. You can't fight smart when you're crazed, and he gets up right there in the jaw.
Yeah.
And then wipes the pentagram off. Yeah. Go ahead.
How does Robin know to do that?
I don't know. He just saw it and is like, well, that doesn't look good, so I'll wipe it off.
Yeah, I saw that. Maybe it's the critical arming, but okay, yeah, great. But
it could also be just lore, just knowing things.
Yeah, like, but again, it's one of the things that's not explained. I mean, yeah, it may be reasonably obvious, especially if you're brought up in a world where magic exists and so on. But you know, what my thought was, but how does he know to do that? Is it immediately obvious? Maybe it's immediate, so maybe it's obvious to people.
Yeah, it must be known that people. Well, he told them you've been hexed, or not hexed. He used a different term. You've been
possessed. I think he said
possessed or something. Yep. So it's something I guess that they know of, people with painted pentagrams on them are possessed. And here we go.
Yeah.
Ah! Robin of Loxley.
Played that because that melody, their frolicking tune, you'll hear a lot throughout the series. Played on different instruments. They use the same bum kind of like a meter shift there. They do that, throughout the series, but on different instruments and different circumstances. But it's a cool little tune. It is an earworm in that it'll get in your head and you'll hear it over and over. So yeah, there's the Nottingham forces, and they're out looking for them, but these guys are hiding in the forest pretty good with a fire, but they're doing all right. And they're eating meat on a stick. Anybody want some meat on a stick? And that's, what's his name? Deckard or no?
One of them's Dickon.
Dickon, that's right. Deckard. He's not a replicant. No. Okay. And then Hearn just won't let him go. But the thing is, now he has reason to believe Hearn because of the experience he just had. Some possessed guy coming after me. Hey, maybe I should listen to the stag-headed one here.
Yeah.
And so he's going to take a little bit of a Hearn voyage here. Now, wait a minute. I have clip 6. Let me make sure I play the right one here. 6.
Who are you?
Told you.
You're no god.
We can all of us be gods. All of us.
I like that. First of all, he starts with the whole Vorlon question. Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah.
What do you want?
No, that wasn't Hearn. That was Robin asking that. So he's like, who are you? And then he says, you're not a god. He's like, well, all of us are gods. Each and every one. Some of that metaphysical stuff. I dig it. We're all, just pieces. We're star stuff, pieces of the universe, learning in this journey.
The old golden.
And then here, there's another moment. I think he has a little bit of shadow knowledge, too.
What do you want of me?
Your life. Your strength.
What do you want? Who are you? What do you want? Yeah, you see that? Asked both questions, although it's Robin really asking the questions. So, but both
Who
questions
do you
are
serve?
there. Oh no!
Who do you trust?
Those don't count.
What, the Technomage questions don't count? Okay. I'm gonna give Churchill some food. I'll be right back.
What was I gonna do? There was something here.
Never ask that question.
There we go. Never asked. Okay, so we move onward. Do I have another one here? Or did I already play 8?
No.
I have 13 video clips here from this, folks, man. There were so many moments I felt were worthy.
Is this the spirit of England? Villages destroyed so that princes can hunt unhindered. The people bled white to pay for foreign wars. No voice. No justice. No England.
That was supposed to be a little later, but yes, that's right after this moment, because what happens here is you get that Robin Hood there. You get that Robin that we just saw after these moments here where he's in the cave and you got that, look at that stalagmite candle thing going on there. And then here there's some important...
What is the one bit here? I think just before this bit, he says, the one other question he says is, when the god possesses me, I am hurt. So
Yeah.
you get the point that
Yeah, he's a
Robin is
vessel
talking,
for Hearn.
yeah, Robin is talking to a man here. He's
Yeah,
not talking to a
we could
god.
just say he's the hunter, but when Hearn comes into him,
Yeah,
then
but he channels Hearn.
yeah, he's Hearn on Earth. They have waited too long. This is what Hearn is saying about the people, and
Notice
basically they've been waiting for you.
he's what I like again. His hood there,
Mm-hmm.
rabbit fur or something similar.
Oh yeah. And then this is where he gives them Albion,
Yeah.
one of the 7 swords of Wayland. Now, you're saying that those are demon names?
There, I looked them up. There was actually a site for the Seven Swords of Wayland. Apparently, they in the swords in Robin of Sherwood. Richard Carpenter, who wrote it, specifically said they're named after demons. Now, I did look. I haven't got it, but I should have kept it. But what I looked at, there's a list of the names down there, and one of them is a demon of knowledge and so demons. It doesn't necessarily imply evil per se, but Albion is an old name for Britain, for England. Although I must admit, to me, that sword looks a little bit thin, and that looks almost like it's almost a misericord or a thin, long dagger rather than a sword. Because the blade looks quite narrow to me. Although, to be fair, an archer wouldn't have carried anything much bigger than an arming sword anyway, because it would have got in the way.
Well, the other swords are Morax, Solas, then there's Aureus, Elidor, Beleth, and then finally 7 is Flauros.
Yeah, as I said, there seem to be different.
And it's named after the Duke of Hell. That's Flauros, who commanded flames and seas past future. Wow. Wielded by Little John. So Flauros is wielded by Little John. I didn't notice that. So each of them gets a sword?
Some I think they may do, but it's yeah, because they grab.
Yeah, here, look at this.
Yeah, but
Beleth. Beleth is named after the mighty king of hell, wielded by Much. Yeah, Much. Yeah. Wow. So Much. I didn't know Much got a sword.
Well, I mean, they all do at some point because, I mean, you need something when you run out of balance.
But I mean, a special sword? Named after, let's see, the great Duke of Hell. There's a number of dukes in hell. And wielded by Nasir now, Surprised Nasir didn't get one of those curvy swords.
Scimitar, yeah.
Scimitar. But anyway, so here we go.
Yeah, because you got Robin, Much, Nasir, Will. That's 5.
And John.
John, did I not say John? Okay, John will be 6.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, let's do Robin, John, Much, Nasir, John.
Will.
No, I already said John.
You said John. Yeah, we said John.
Will. That's
Robin,
5.
Robin and Much.
No, 3, sir.
Will.
Counting.
Yeah, Robin, Much.
Well,
Will
here, I could read it. It
John.
lists here that I could just read. Morax was wielded by Scarlet.
Yeah.
And let's see, Solas was wielded by, Ravenscar.
Yeah, because Ravenscar. Oh, she's not. She's not good. Ravenscar's not
Oh,
good.
Marion has a sword.
Yeah.
Woo!
I was trying to remember.
She wields Aureus, named after the Marquis of Hell, who knows the stars and astrology. Oh, that might be useful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah,
Yeah,
those
but
are
there was certainly a lot of thought. He certainly put a lot of thought into this.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, there he is with the sword on him and his bow. So he's off. And now, after this experience where he's like, test your bow, or not test it, it was like draw it, or did he give him a new bow?
yeah,
Okay.
because you can see for starters, you can see his original bow didn't have a grip, which wasn't necessarily that frequent a thing. As also that bow looks to be a little bit flatter than his original bow, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it's shining. It's or the light's reflecting off it, which would mean that's been some sort of lamination on it rather than just being plain wood.
Oh, well.
Varnish of some sort.
But anyway, after this moment, that's where he feels...
Someone really needs to teach Michael Praed how the hell you draw a bow.
Oh.
Although to be fair, if he's drawing the string back and he's not got an arrow on it, he may be actually, because he looks to be...
Well, Hearn told him to do it. I remember Hearn
No,
said...
again, it might be Michael Praed's fingers. Listen, he's got longer fingers.
I'm sorry to our chat that we're not putting your chats up right now, but Liza normally does that. As you can see, I have enough trouble as it is thinking. But yeah, she'll be back momentarily. She just needed to feed Joser. And so I'm sorry about playing that clip earlier because I wanted to save it for this moment where he actually does it. Because here, Robin's been with Hearn for a bit and now he knows the mission. Basically, he's here to be for the people. Because the way it's perceived here, and I'm going to ask you, Colin, if it's this way in some of the other Robin Hood stories where it's like the people in England, the English, are now under Norman rule. And I remember before Guy was kind of like calling people Saxons and stuff, and I know that's what they are, but it's like, so you get the feeling that the Normans, I guess, after the conquest are like the leaders, and they feel like, we're the top class, and you guys, you English are below us, and so that's the rallying cry here for Robin. Yeah, go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, very much so. That when the Normans come in, they literally take over. They literally take over the entirety. The whole rulership of the land. I think you still do get some Anglo-Saxon or Saxon.
So yeah, like Anglo-Saxon, basically when you hear Saxon, that means Anglo-Saxon. It's not referring to either one, like the Angles or the Saxons.
And the one thing we forget, which is the Jutes.
The what? The Jutes.
Angles and Saxons, the Jutes come over, but the Jutes always it always gets put down as just Anglo-Saxon.
Oh, okay.
Like you said, the Angles, the Saxons,
and they're basically all treated as a group. That they don't say, "Hey, you Angles over here." They're just considered all Saxons, basically.
They've been here for. Basically, they've been here for 500 years. There's been a lot of Viking in there as well, because the Vikings have been and gone now. You have to remember that one of the reasons why they mentioned Hastings in this, one of the reasons why Harold lost at the Battle of Hastings was that he just marched down from Yorkshire, from South of Yorkshire, from what I think.
And after too much pudding.
Yeah, after too much Yorkshire pudding, having defeated another Viking army, the last Viking invasion. So he actually fought two Viking armies in 1 year.
Okay.
One was Vikings from Scandinavia, one was Vikings from France.
Vikings from France.
Yes. So I refuse.
The Normans. You mean?
Yes, the
yeah.
Normans. But yes, I mean, so you have to remember the last Viking invasion or attempted invasion of Britain was 1066, and that was Harold Hardrada, not the Normans down south. So as I said, for
I'm going to try to put some chats up here because Flav's been saying stuff. I don't know. Some of these may be old. I don't know, but I know that Liz was out there, and I feel bad.
Flav, put more in there, like please put more in there because I only know very basics of a lot of these things.
Oh, Liza is back.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay.
Jojo and the outdoor kitties are taken care of temporarily. So.
But anyway, so he's all in it now, and he's like mentions Hastings here.
Yeah.
What what has happened to the English since then? And yeah, this is like do as you're told, and they'll leave you alone. And then that's where he does this speech that I already played, but it bears playing again. I think this is why a lot of people are looking back on this series because of, I don't know.
Is this the spirit of England? Villages destroyed so that princes can hunt unhindered. The people bled white to pay for foreign wars. No voice. No justice. No England.
Now, have any politicians tried saying that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I heard that and I was getting, oh, Lord. Are you sure this was written in
1984, yeah.
We have the same problems then that we have now.
Yeah.
Whoa, and it's about a problem that was around back in, what was it? They showed a date at the beginning, but it was 1100 something.
1190.
The problem is always government.
1180. It's now 1195.
1195.
We're now halfway through Richard the Lionheart's Way. We're just over halfway through.
Only like 800 years before Babylon 5 Season 2, I guess. Amazing what happens. And then I have another video clip here, apparently. Oh, this is a cool moment. This is for music, once again. But then also, he's saying, remember me to the abbess, the chief nun there. And of course, he had choice words for her. I think nuns and monks don't get along. That theme is also another theme played throughout the series. Cool stuff. I mean, I really like what Clannad did with the score for this. I know some of it wasn't to Liza's taste, but I dig this stuff. I like the fretless bass there and all. Okay, but anyway.
It doesn't fit the show.
But it was 84. You had to have some 80s in there, I mean...
It's Clannad.
And there we go. There's Friar Tuck, who was with her over at the beehives, but he's basically... is he saying goodbye? Yeah, he's saying goodbye. Although they're going to meet up again. have no fear, but he's saying goodbye to her. You get the feeling that he's someone that actually cares.
What is she wearing on her head?
I don't know, but
It
it's
looks
cool.
like a fur of some kind.
It's a fur. I thought at first it might be fox, but maybe it might be rabbit because
It is the
yes,
rabbit.
It is the
Yeah.
rabbit.
It is the rabbit.
Oh,
or stoat or weasel or something, perhaps something like that. I think.
I warned
Well,
you.
yeah, I'm looking for it because,
Oh, you have a clip? Please say you have a clip ready.
well, I had to reload it, and of course that meant I changed the name of it, but I reloaded a clip because I had slimmed it down because I was trying to make things more efficient, I guess, and then
That's not efficient.
yeah, because I decided, and soon after I whittled the clip down to be mostly, I warned you, Gavin's out there saying like one rabbit stew coming right up, and it's like, oh, I took that part out. But, oh my goodness, where is it? I can't find it.
Oh no.
Well, I have it on the drive. I know that. I could just, oh,
Go on, boss, chop its head off. Right, silly little bleeder. One rabbit stew coming right up. Look! Jesus Christ! I warned you.
yeah, I just need to learn the alphabet. All right. Well, she's wearing good stuff, and then here more musical, more musical stuff. I mean,
This is a colorful scene.
Mm-hmm. I was into Planet, and I actually had this soundtrack before I ever heard of the series.
I do wonder though when Mordred became a samurai.
He does look like a samurai. Wow.
My first thought was, Lord, he's a samurai.
Did they have like? Did the samurai have? What is this? Studded leather armor.
Wait, but
No,
it's scale mail, right?
I think it's meant to be brigandine.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Plates, especially when you see some of the close-up bits. But there's an interesting thing. Robert Addie says a really interesting story about when he first started playing this. The producers, or they provided, if he's going to have to ride a horse, they provided him with this old, quiet, very easy horse, not realizing that he'd pretty much grown up riding horses, and his horse riding is of stunt level. He was, I should say, even at this stage. I mean, he's only he's what 24, so he's 84, 24 here. So he's in his early 20s, but even at that point, he was actually capable of doing all the riding stunts they needed him to do. Once he convinced them of that, they were quite happy to let him do it. But they started off to give him this whole nag to ride. He says,
and this is someone who played Mordred on Excalibur just a few years before, so it's like he comes with a resume.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Robin, I don't know. They're out in the woods and, just looking at what's going on. And, well, they're going to have some trouble coming their way because Marion's being escorted to wherever she's going, some abbey, for nun training. And Gisburn here is talking with this guy, and he's not too kind to him. He doesn't
That's
like
Miller.
the
That's Much's
Saxon
dad.
guys. Yeah, that's the stepdad. And he decides, all right, where are they? And the guy says, I don't know. And he probably doesn't really know. Of course, he wouldn't tell him if he knew. But, Gisburn's just like, all right, I'm going to flex my muscles and wield my power over you. And so he basically has the house torched, and then tries one more time to get some info out of the guy, and the guy still stands up to him, and then that's the end of him. And so Marion sees this, and she's like, oh, maybe I'm running with the wrong crowd. And then the weir becomes red. They do some red filtering and stuff. So anyway, back in the woods, Robin and his men get the word of what's happening at the miller's place. And then that's when we get this. I think this is something that became a bit of a meme in the show, I think.
Gisburn! Gisburn!
Well, I've saved that. So from here on out, we're going to have other clips, because I know I do want to do your intro differently now that we're going to have some better archery stuff. But this is going to be a regular here.
Gisburn!
Okay. So anyway, they're hiding out in the woods. But they see Marion, and
Well,
so they have to...
we heard Colin make a sound, so there's something wrong with that clip.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh. Well, you're going to get your stuff tangled up.
No, it's not that. If you've got a longbow, especially if it's a warbow, powerful bow, you don't have the strength to hold the flipping thing for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I guess they're holding the bows ready.
Yeah, they're not. They're a bit odd looking angles that they're holding that at, but you don't hold. It's a longbow. You hold that for more than a few seconds, and if it's a bow that's to your strength, your hands start shaking. That's why you don't do that. You don't hold it at full draw any longer than you can help it. It strains your body and it strains the bow.
Mm.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and especially he's going to be holding it longer because Robin saw Marion going by, and so they had to hold it off and just wait.
Yeah.
And so you're waiting with your bow drawn. Until then, and then the sound effects are quite lifelike, aren't they? Actually, in season 3, the bow sounds change. They use different Foley for it. But actually, her face, and not only the headgear she's wearing, but her face, it looks like medieval artwork of women. Kind of interesting. I don't know if there's anything they had to do to make her look like that, or they just, they just selected the actress based on your face looks like a medieval painting.
They might have. Perfect casting.
And then here we go. They're looking for him and stuff, but I mean, Robin's men.
music doesn't make
Yeah,
sense in this clip.
that's where a lot of times, I mean, that theme is common throughout the series, but at that
Yeah, but
moment, it was just
yeah.
kind of like a little too mellow. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe if they're eating around the campfire right there, like
Yeah.
capturing Gisburn, it's just kind of like, all right.
No, yeah.
Ba-doom-bum, ba-doom-dum, ba-doom-dum.
I mean, maybe part of the reason for the
I was,
series
I
was
was
to
going to
promote
say, yeah, like
the
he just gets
music.
off.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead,
Colin.
Colin.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
going to say, like, he just gets off and meekly surrenders, but then he knows they've got Marion, so he's actually possibly doing something because his interest was to protect Marion.
Mhm.
He's still got those instincts.
Yeah.
So, he knows they've taken it. He doesn't know what, how, what's happened or anything.
Yeah, and he certainly doesn't know that she would contemplate, well, here, they take her, and Robin says, hey, here's much, and he's like, "Whoa." And
Yeah.
she's like, all right, I'll hang out with you. Yeah, she's got a medieval face. That looks like, yeah. All right, and so where we go? Is that a good stance there, Colin?
Yeah. I'm sorry. The one thing they've got is they've all got the arrows on the, I won't say correct because on the normal side of the bow, because normally your arrow is resting on your fist,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to what one would intuitively think would be have the arrow on the outside of the bow, but then all it's resting on is the tips of your knuckles.
Right, yeah.
But you can
And
shoot
even,
it that way, and there are some illustrations of the arrow on the outside of the bow as opposed to the inside.
no, but yeah, this makes sense. It looks like a better rest for it. And then, they have all sorts of traps set. I can't capture all the action
I'm not
scenes.
entirely certain about the string mail hose, but
Well, yeah, I had played the wrong one before, I think. Or hold on, let me. Sorry about the clip order, folks. I'll get better at that. So anyway, that's how the episodes ends. That's part one. But there is a good line here at the end. Will Scarlet says to Robin, he's like, "You should have killed him. You're gonna have to eventually."
yep.
And Robin's like, no,
Warns you.
no, no. I'm one of the good guys. We're gonna be all right. All right. Let's see here. So, in case anybody wanted to see the full credits,
Fletcher, that was the other one. Fletcher and Dickon.
okay,
You
Fletcher.
remember that one because I said that Fletcher's the guy that makes. You didn't actually clip it. It's a bit not surprising, but there's a little scene where he's actually explaining how to put an arrow of fletching on an arrow to, I think it's to Much, and then Robin and Scarlet are practicing fighting, and unlike you get these days, Scarlet is a better fighter than he tells Robin. He'll teach Robin how to fight properly with a sword. But they
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should have. I don't know. Yeah, I should have included that one. But yeah, there was much that seemed to know about the sword fighting. Like Robin knows archery, but yeah. Yeah, so we'll see this gang as they evolve. We're going to do one more week. Then we'll see what our chat says. We might do something else in the meantime and then come back to this in a few weeks after that. But we are going to continue with Robin, just maybe with some other intervals in between. That way it lasts longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was sick of that Knight of Camelot thing. Sounded interesting until you mentioned Whoopi. Then it's like, ooh.
Yeah,
It might be good, but it may be good.
We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot.
I think it was either Gavin or Fab said in the chat back when Whoopi Goldberg was capable of being funny.
Well, yes, she did have a time when she wasn't as angered as she is now.
Look, when
or has been for the past 20
when
years
actors
or so.
get political, they lose half of their audience. I don't know why anybody would do that on purpose. You know?
Well, maybe they spend their entire lives writing words someone else wrote for them, so maybe they need to have other people write words for them for their politics as well.
It's possible. Who knows?
Well, she was a stand-up comedian. She could do her own routines and stuff, but no, I think it's just like, it's a trap. Politics is a trap.
It definitely is.
And
it's a mind
when you get
trap.
in it, you just begin hating it, and you become defined by what you dislike more than what you like.
Yes.
And more,
It's a mind killer.
And that's what
it definitely
Tolkien,
is a mind killer.
Tolkien would say this.
Shut up.
Awesome.
Well, actually, you said that there was someone else I was reminded of in that one, another sort of Junie reference, more to the Leech movie than the book, but where he talks about, and I've been awakened. The sleeper has awakened. That's a little bit when he comes back from her and says you've changed. No, awakened.
Yes. So
There's
anyway,
a courtly dance happening in our chat.
There is a courtly dance? How?
Happening in our chat.
How is it?
Yeah, it's looking pretty medieval.
It's hard for me to say I'm sorry.
Why did you play that? Why?
I don't know.
Is this? I mean, was this played in a medieval movie?
No.
What's going?
Who knows? Maybe. No, that song, no. But yeah, it does have echoes of what is it, Lady Hawk?
Man, seriously, there has to be a way to rescore Lady Hawk and then present it here on Earworms without getting in trouble.
I don't know how. It's Warner Brothers. They wouldn't let me even have a 1 or 2 second clip of that film. And it wasn't even just copyright. It was, no, you have to cut it out or else you can't make the video public, even though we streamed it.
It would have to be a Rumble type thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people
we could just put in some of Chicago's hits as the score.
I am a man who will fight for your honor. Don't get me started.
From your body.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Okay, I think we're going to call it a night.
All right.
We want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Flav and Gavin. Been holding the fort down there.
Yes.
Yeah, next week we'll finish this 2-part episode. And then after that, we'll see what happens. I think maybe something Arthurian, and then we'll come back to another Robin Hood episode. That way we stretch it out and get some variety.
We should do...
I do want to do it. At one point, I do want to do the... it's just called King Arthur, but it was from the early 2000s. And it has a blue Keira Knightley in it, but these Russian knights of the Round Table. Cool.
We need to do the Arthurian episode of Babylon 5.
Preemptively
here. I know. Colin knows me very well.
A Jedi Knight.
Wrong
one.
clip. Wrong clip. Mr. Garibaldi's always put out here. Playing the wrong clip.
Mr. Garibaldi is always put out.
Mr. Garibaldi has always put out. Sorry, it's you can't comment on Garibaldi's intimate life.
Well, that was in.
Oh, I hope not.
No. You know the British expression. He's responding to what almost King Arthur said.
Oh, let's just call him King Arthur for now.
I must leave now, or else Mr. Garibaldi will be quite put out. Oh, have another drink.
No moral ambiguity, no hopeless battle against ancient and overwhelming forces. They were the bad guys, as you say. We were the good guys, and they made a very satisfying thump when they hit the floor.
Oh,
Do you have citronelle burning, Liza?
I killed some bugs
Okay.
with natural bug spray.
Oh,
So, yes.
okay, yeah.
Yes. Non-toxic.
It's really minty.
I know.
All right, we're gonna call tonight. Get Gavin. No, yeah, Gavin too. Colin, Gavin, Flav, get you guys to bed before the light comes up. All right, any final words?
Gotta watch that episode tonight.
Oh, tonight again?
Again, he's like again. I love that episode.
No, I love it too.
Just to make the point about, as I said about bringing in land, I'm putting the chat there. Richard the Lionheart, because of Richard the Lionheart's full title, how he would have been announced. Richard, King of England, Duke of Normandy, Aquitaine and Gascony, Lord of Cyprus, Count of Poitiers, Anjou, Maine, and Nantes.
Lord of Cyprus?
Yep. But towards when he come back from the Crusades. Yeah. But they had some massively long titles and claims.
Yeah, man, it's like, so he was over there picking up more land.
Or he spent something like 9 months of his rule in this country in 10 years. He spent most of his time abroad, which actually was a good thing, because it meant that he had relatively competent deputies, the likes of William Marshall. So he could go off and do he wasn't bothering people to make a take. He was off fighting doing things rather than bothering his populace.
Okay, well,
When you get kings like John who spend their entire time in this country.
Oh yeah. Connery. Well, there's another Connery coming up in a while.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't blame him. He did what he could.
No, I don't blame him. I just would have cast him as the same character, except they could explain that he had to dye his hair or Hearn
transformed by Hearn.
Yes. Why not? I would have done. That's what I would have done.
Oh, it could have been worse. It could have been worse, Liza. You could have had a season 4 which started with Michael Praed walking out of a shower under a waterfall.
Ooh.
The whole last season being a joke, being a drama.
Oh.
Wait, what are you referencing? I can't
guess
picture.
Dallas.
Yes.
Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, I've not seen any of it.
They very famously, what's his name? Bobby.
Yeah, the guy that played Bobby.
He's going to play Bobby Ewing. Patrick Duffy.
Yep.
Left. And then very famously for an entire year, he came back the season after the one he came back. I think they finished the season without him. with him walking out of the shower, and it turned out that the whole season or more had been his wife's dream. Despite the fact that completely ignoring things like the fact that things had actually happened there, and that people's appearances had changed, the women had changed their hairstyle, all this sort of thing.
Weird.
It's famous for that. It's one of those really famous.
Oh, that must have pissed off a lot of people.
Well, they were probably they'd be happy to have him come back.
Well, they're all badly duffy back.
But it's like you could have done better than this.
Yeah. Gosh.
Well, no, didn't they kill him off? Or was he lost? It was like
No,
he was lost, presumed dead.
No, he was. I believe. I must admit, I was more interested in Dynasty.
I don't remember. I haven't watched Dallas since I was a kid.
But I was more interested in Dysentery because it had Emma Samms in it and the women were hotter. But I was in my 20s at the time. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it like glue. But I think there's one bit where who's supposed to have been killed, and that's what turns out to have been a dream. But Dynasty decided to go one further. They had Fallon Colby kidnapped by a UFO.
Oh. Was it the same UFO that gave the greatest American hero his costume?
Possibly.
I don't know if you guys got that over there. The greatest American hero.
No, but I'm aware of the show largely because
it's all free on YouTube now. You can watch the whole. It's funny. All right. On that note, I think we're calling it a night then. So thank you all for joining us, and
absolutely,
we'll
abso-friggin-lutely.
All right, we'll see you all next time. And I clicked this